Anyone who's ever worked with a community organization knows this feeling, right? You're juggling a million tasks, but the most important one, actually connecting with your volunteers, somehow gets pushed aside by all the admin work. But what if technology could take care of the logistics and just give you that time back? Let's dive into how AI is making that happen.
And just so you know, the ideas we're talking about today come straight from a really practical guide. It's Chapter 3 of the Generative AI for Community Organizations tutorial, and it's full of real-world strategies for managing volunteers.
And really, that leads us right to the big question every single volunteer coordinator is asking. How do we get out from under the mountain of paperwork and scheduling so we can focus on the people who make our work possible in the first place? Well, this is where AI steps in. And I want you to think of it not as some kind of replacement for you, but more like your ultimate coordination assistant. It's a tool that's just built to handle those routine, time-sucking tasks, freeing you up to focus on what actually matters, the people. I love this because it just nails the core idea here. You're not using AI to automate relationships. That would be a disaster. No, you're using it to automate the noise, all the admin stuff, so you have more time and more energy for real, authentic human connections. That's the key. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to walk through the 4 key stages of a volunteer's journey, from recruitment and coordination all the way to training and recognition. And we'll see how AI can be a huge help at every single step. All right, first up, recruitment. This is all about getting the right people in the door. And that means you need the right message. But here's the thing. That message is never one size fits all. And this is where AI is a total game changer. Instead of just sending out one generic email blast, imagine if you could instantly whip up tailored messages for completely different groups. You need general helpers? Easy. But what about a pro bono lawyer or a bunch of high school kids who need service hours? They all need a totally different pitch. So check out this prompt, for example. We're not just saying write an email. We're getting super specific. We're targeting lawyers. We're telling the AI what tone to use, professional but compassionate, and what to focus on, meaningful work. The AI takes those clues and gives you a draft that actually speaks their language. It saves you so much time. Okay, now let's flip the script entirely and talk to high schoolers. The prompt completely changes. Now we're asking for social media posts. The hook isn't just about doing good. It's about building a resume and getting service hours. And the tone? Casual and encouraging. You get content that's actually relevant to them in seconds. Okay, so your awesome recruitment messages worked. Now you have a team of people ready to go. So, what's next? Well, now you've got to deal with the logistical puzzle of scheduling. And this is where so many coordinators get completely bogged down. But imagine just giving a simple prompt, something like create a weekly schedule for a food pantry with these different roles, and AI can generate a clean, organized template just like this. This becomes your structural backbone. It takes a task that could have taken you an hour of messing around with a spreadsheet and just does it. And what about when things go wrong? Because they always do, right? A last-minute schedule change happens, and you know how stressful it can be to communicate that. With a prompt like this, you tell the AI to handle it carefully, to apologize, explain why, and ask for confirmation. It nails the delicate wording so you can focus on fixing the actual problem. And this, right here, this really gets to the heart of it. The AI gives you the framework, the schedule template, the draft of the email. Your job is to be the human. You're the one who fills in the person's name and adds a little note like, hey, really hope to see you there. That's the real partnership. So, your volunteers are signed up and scheduled. Awesome. Now you've got to get them ready for success, and that means great training. But building a really good orientation from scratch, that is a heavy lift. Well, you could actually ask an AI to outline an entire orientation session for you, and it would probably spit out a solid structure just like this. It breaks it all down into these logical chunks, from the big picture mission stuff to the nitty-gritty details. The AI can even help draft talking points for each part. It doesn't just save you time, it makes sure you're covering all your bases every single time. And that brings us to the final, and maybe the most critical stage of all for keeping people around, recognition. This is the part that makes your volunteers feel seen and valued and really like they're part of something important. I think this slide just lays it out so perfectly. Look, AI is brilliant at giving you the structure. It gives you the ideas, the templates, the efficiency. But your role, that's irreplaceable. You're the one who brings the personal details, who remembers what that person did last week, and you're the one who delivers genuine, heartfelt gratitude. Technology can't fake that.
But where AI can help is by building the program for you. Think about it. It can draft a monthly appreciation email that you just have to personalize. Done. It can create the formal wording for a certificate when someone hits a milestone, or it can brainstorm really insightful questions for a feedback survey. It does the groundwork for you. So when you boil it all down, it really comes to this. Think of AI as your structural engineer. It builds the solid scaffolding for your entire volunteer program. And that frees you up to be the artist, to go in and add all the personal touches and heartfelt moments that turn a group of volunteers into a real community.
So I want to leave you with a question to chew on. Just think about your own to-do list for a minute. What's that one routine, administrative task that, if you could just hand it off to an AI assistant, would free you up to have one more meaningful conversation or write one more personal thank you note this week? Because that, right there, is where this all starts.